All right, let's talk about one of the concepts in JavaScript that trips up a ton of developers, asynchronous programming. But don't you worry, because we're going to break it all down using a really simple story about a waiter and a chef. By the end of this, it's going to be crystal clear. You know that feeling, right? You're writing some code, maybe you're fetching data from an API or doing a big calculation, and your whole app just freezes, is totally unresponsive. It feels like it's just stuck in the mud, waiting for that one thing to finish. It's super frustrating, and believe me, there's a very specific reason that happens. So to really wrap our heads around this, we're going to step away from the code for just a minute. Come on, let's go visit a restaurant. I promise this little analogy is going to unlock the whole idea for you. First up, I want you to meet our really inefficient waiter. This guy has a very, let's say, one-track mind. This is our synchronous story, and you're going to see real quick why it's such a problem. Okay, so picture this. The waiter comes to your table, takes your order, and then just stands there, right next to you, doing nothing, just waiting for the kitchen to cook your meal. The whole time nobody else is getting their order taken, no drinks are being refilled, nothing. Only after your food finally arrives and is put on the table do they even think about moving on. The entire restaurant just grinds to a halt for every single customer. And that right there, that's the textbook definition of synchronous, or what we call blocking code. It's a strict one-by-one sequence. Task A has to be completely done before task B can even think about starting. Just like our terrible waiter, the program is completely blocked from doing anything else. Okay, so obviously that's a terrible system. Thankfully, there is a much, much better way. Let's fire that waiter and bring in someone who actually knows how a restaurant is supposed to run. Welcome to the asynchronous approach. Now, this is probably going to feel way more familiar because it's how things work in the real world. The waiter takes your order, zips over to the kitchen, and hands it off. Then, and this is the absolute key, they immediately go to another table to take their order. They don't just wait around. When your food is ready, the kitchen gives them a heads up, and the waiter circles back to your table to deliver it. It's smooth, it makes sense, and the whole restaurant keeps moving. And this is exactly what we mean by asynchronous or non-blocking programming. You can kick off a task that's going to take a while, like sending an order to the kitchen, and instead of just waiting, the program can immediately move on and do other things. It keeps everything flowing without getting jammed up. Okay, I think we've got the analogy down, right? The slow, blocking waiter versus the fast, non-blocking one. Now let's jump back into the code and see how this actually translates into JavaScript. So before we even peek at the syntax, let's just lock this in. Our synchronous waiter does one thing at a time, waits, and the whole restaurant stops. Our asynchronous waiter, on the other hand, starts multiple things, doesn't wait for them, and the restaurant keeps humming along. The main takeaway? One blocks, the other doesn't. So here it is. This is that inefficient waiter in code form. First, we log start. Then we call this function, SomeLongTask function. Let's just pretend that function takes 5 whole seconds to finish. Well, our program hits that line and just stops. It's completely stuck, blocked, waiting for those 5 seconds to pass before it can finally move on and log end. So what's the result? In your console, you'll see start, then nothing for 5 long seconds, and then finally you'll see end. That last line of code is just like the next customer in line at the restaurant, forced to wait because our program was totally tied up with the first order. Okay, now let's check out the efficient waiter's code. We log start, we kick off that same SomeLongTask function. But look at that dot then. That's the magic right there. It's basically us telling the program, hey, go start this task, and then, whenever it's finished, run this little function here. The most important part? Our code doesn't wait. It fires that off and immediately moves to the very next line. And the output tells the whole story. You see start, and then end pops up almost instantly. Then, 5 seconds later, got result appears. See what happened? Our program didn't wait. It kicked off the long task, logged end, and went on with its life, just like our smart waiter who went to help other customers while the kitchen was busy cooking. So this is great, but how do we actually manage these kinds of operations in our day-to-day code? Well, JavaScript has evolved over the years, and it's given us a few different tools for the job. Let's do a quick tour. There are basically 3 main ways this has been handled. Way back when, we had callbacks. This is like leaving your phone number with the waiter and telling them to call you when the food's ready. It works, but if you have a bunch of things happening, you get this nested mess that developers call callback hell. So to fix that, we got promises. Think of this like the restaurant handing you one of those little pagers that buzzes when your table is ready. It's a much cleaner promise that you'll get a result later. But today, the gold standard is async/await. This is the best of both worlds. It's a seamless system that lets you write asynchronous code that looks and reads just like simple, normal synchronous code. It's a total game changer for readability. All right, let's zoom out for a second and talk about why this is so important. This isn't just some clever programming trick. It's absolutely essential for modern apps. And to get this, we're going to shift our focus from the waiter to the chef. Here's the heart of it all. At its core, JavaScript is what we call single-threaded. That just means it can only do one thing at a time, just like our terrible first waiter. Asynchronous programming is the magic that lets JavaScript act like it's multitasking. It pulls off this illusion by handing off slow jobs, like fetching data from a server, and then immediately moving on to other work instead of just sitting there and waiting. I mean, think about a great chef in a busy kitchen. They don't cook one person's entire 3-course meal before even starting the next ticket. No way. They get the rice cooking, then they start chopping veggies for another dish, then they put a roast in the oven. They're constantly managing multiple tasks at once. Asynchronous programming lets our applications do the exact same thing, which is why we can have fast, smooth, responsive websites and apps. So when you get right down to it, the power of asynchronous JavaScript is the power to not wait. It's the difference between a user getting frustrated with a frozen screen and a user enjoying a slick, fluid experience. The only question left is, now that you know the secret to building things that don't get stuck, what are you going to build with it?